All right, guys, we are doing a part two of our family discussion. But I just wanna say something to my husband. Y'all so silly. Let the bed back on. What you patting them cookies you made?
Oh, but I ain't. That's an empty plate.
Dad. Dad, how do you feel sitting here talking to both of your adult daughters about endometriosis and PCOS?
Well, I'm a support system for them. I'm not too keen on the word. That's kind of more of what you do. I'm gonna support them with whatever they go through. So it's more so each one of us handle what it is we do best. I'm a great support system. You're a great technical person. So, whatever it is the illness is bringing them, I can bring them love and comfort. They want to see their dad. They want to see a person that got their back no matter what.
You about to
Because
make me cry.
those illnesses is internal. So you'll never know what they are going through.
I see
So you stay supportive of.
the thing with us,
Go ahead.
we have history on both sides of our family with mental health issues, diabetes, women's, health issue.
Fibroids.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. And see, in our community, we're taught, not to say nothing about it, sweep it under the rug. Don't go get help. Don't let nobody know that mentally retardation run in the family, stuff like that. So when Daddy and I got together, we had a lot in common, provided that we had almost similar backgrounds. So quite naturally, when we had our children, there were gonna be some kind of pre-existing conditions, but we didn't know how far it would go. So when y'all got diagnosed with autism, we immediately jumped on it, looked for help,
Responded, yeah.
and we didn't want the kind of help that came with certain things tethered to it. We wanted the kind of help that anybody would get, regardless of their financial status. That you're gonna teach our children how to be productive citizens of society, citizens of
Productive
society.
citizens of society.
But it was up to us to help y'all to become God loving, God fearing, productive citizens of society. So
Mm-hmm.
although you all have autism don't have you.
Right.
And with this PCOS and endometriosis, Missy was talking about how she feel. Missy, how long does the pain last when it do come? Missy, how
Hmm.
long does the pain last when the endometriosis? I know you don't feel like answering no questions, but
It might help a lot of other women.
Yeah, right now.
it'll help a lot of other women.
It's
When
not.
you have when as you have endometriosis and your cycle starts, how long does the pain last?
2 weeks before, you get really bad cramps that last. Without medicine, it'll probably last for roughly like two days.
Hmm.
Um, and then 2 weeks later, I get pain in my back and abdomen, and that hurts about without medicine up to 3 days. But with medicine, it cuts that in half. And even with the strong doses, you can it numbs it, but you can it's so bad that you can kind of still feel where it's hurting at.
Wow. And Queenie, with PCOS,
Mm-hmm.
you miss cycles, but what is the downfall of the PCOS?
Well, for one thing, especially your diet, your diet really is important because it kind of like it strips you away from
Push your
everything.
hair back
It kind of can strip you away from the things that you like
up
to
here
eat, like literally like the
at the top.
sauce. Oh,
Okay.
sorry about that. I say I had went off my cycle. I have not literally had a cycle before I lost the weight for nearly almost an entire year.
Okay.
So a lot of things I had to cut out, like processed food.
Mhm.
I had to really had to cut out a lot of processed food and things things like that in order to get it back going. Nothing painful happened per se, but if I do eat the wrong things, it will trigger like the hormones in my body, especially the androgens. Like if I eat a banana or something, since it's high in androgens, it can set off like hair or make me bloated. Because since I'm a female, androgens is not supposed to be that high. My estrogen is supposed to be higher than my testosterone. Than my testosterone. But unfortunately, due to PCOS, it causes a hormonal imbalance. It can also affect my mental too. Like on some days, I can feel like, a normal feminine woman. On other days, it can make me feel like high testosterone, like make me feel like I want to be strong or kind
Wow.
of tough. But when I started cutting down on my diet, it kind of, and taking the shot, it stabilized my mental a lot more. So therefore, I can be more focused.
Y'all finna say that shot help with all of that too.
Yeah, the GLP-1 shot helped
Wow.
with all of that. And of course, we got Prissy. Come here, Prissy. And what we're tackling with her right now, Prissy is autistic, but she is high functioning and she got to get ready to get her hair done. Come here, Prissy. I want people to see her 4C hair and she want to wear it out naturally, but we're not ready for that yet. So I'm sorry, baby. So we have to like wait to do her hair. We have to give her like days before we do her hair because it take one day to wash it,
One day to braid it,
one day to braid
and
it
then
and
it's another day.
condition it. It take like a good week.
Well, that was before I
Prissy,
trained it.
what is wrong with her eye?
She
I
probably
should
got
always do
Yeah, she probably got
But
eyelash.
but Prissy is nearly 13 and she is autistic, but she is high functioning. Though the blessing is that we was told that they would have issues with learning, right, noise with their learning,
Mm-hmm.
like reading, writing, stuff like that. But they ended up
A
being
lot of extra work by her sister.
yeah, we
Her
they
sisters make sure that they're balanced where they can have the learning process going way more often than that.
mhm.
Yeah.
So it's a family effort.
And
Yeah.
then
Team effort.
homeschooling on top of that, I think that also helped us too because
Plus, for having peace of mind.
I remember on my last one of my last final tests before I graduated high school. I remember these kids; they were younger than me. They had told me that they had started homeschool, and they had asked me how long you been doing it. I know longer, but I don't know why I said 10 years, and they like 10 years now. I know you got bored. I'm like, no, I didn't get bored because to me it's like I was able to learn more. And then I feel like I thank God we did homeschooling because a lot of stuff I learned about, especially I have a strong love for animals, specifically toxic ones. Most people are taught like if you see a toxic animal, stay away from it. Like yes, it's true, but don't forget they may be poisonous, but the same way they have defense mechanisms, we have defense mechanisms. Sometimes their toxins can turn to medicine. And
Mm.
without, like, leeches can be used for blood clots. Certain snake venom can be used for blood clots. And I'm like, I learned that, certain snake venom, even though it's poisonous, it can be turned to medicine. And that's not something is normally taught in regular school, at least not that I know of.
Well, one thing I
Mm-hmm.
can thank God for is that because of Daddy and I went through, you know, kind of tumultuous things growing up, not, so pleasant of a childhood. It gave us the ability to have love and compassion for y'all because one thing about he and I, we knew what we wanted. So we were blessed to give that to y'all. And I know how I wanted my mom to treat my dad. He know how he wanted his dad to treat his mom. So we was blessed to get it to each other.
Especially with men in our community, unfortunately, they were taught that if you cry, you're weak, or if you
No.
have
Show any kind of emotion.
you're weak. And I even saw something, where someone said they literally have to go into like an area or like an area of seclusion to shed their tears. I'm like, you don't have to do that.
Well, we running out of time again. So guys, y'all have any questions, y'all inbox us or leave it in the comment section. But we're gonna share more family discussions with y'all on Five Spoiled and Entitled Virgins. This is my family and I thank God for all of them. I don't know if they'll ever date, but hey, it's up to God and them. And y'all have a blessed night. Say bye.
Right.
Bye.